This is Gemara Baba Basra Daf Kuf Tes. I'm holding on the top of Kuf Tes Amid Aleph, the Daf 4, the Heilig Yom HaKadosh Yom Kippur, has been sponsored as an incredible Schos Refuah Shlema for Tinok ben Miriam Ahuva. All the Torah, all the Schosim generated should bring Tinok ben Miriam Ahuva a complete Refuah Shlema. So we began this famed Eid Parak in the previous year. We're in the middle of discussing the pecking order in the Nachala, in the Yerusha. What is the progression of where the estate falls? And yesterday we concluded 4 lines on the top on Kuftes and Aleph that one's son is number 1 in order. That when someone is nifter, the son takes the first and primary spot. Following the son goes the brothers, and then goes the father. Now we pick it up on Kuftesim and Aleph, 4 lines down, which the Gemara asks not on the spot number 1, that we just proved goes to the son, but on spot number 2, asks the Gemara, Ima, let us suggest She'iroi Zehoav, that when the pasuk says that the nachla goes to the she'er, goes to the relative. Who does that refer to? Excuse me, I said it wrong. I said it goes son, brother, father. Says the Gemara, let's let the Gemara elaborate. She'er ze'av, melamid sha'av koidem, labas. Let's say that the father goes before the daughter. Yochol, I would think, says the Gemara, yaktim leben. I would think that the father should go even before the son. So Talmud no, I karev kaidem. That whoever is closer comes first. So asks the Gemara, what is the reason? What is the reason that we don't say karev kadem, that it goes to the son and then it goes directly to the father? Answers the Gemara, Kivum Dilin Yibum, Benu Baske Adadinenu, sayings regarding Yibum. Boys and sons and daughters are on the same level. And that's the reason why, just like the son is number 1, so too the daughter is number 2. So when someone is nifter, first it goes directly to Ben, then it does not go to the father, but rather goes directly to Bas. Why? Because by Yibum, Ben and Bas are on the same level, so too by this Ardin of inheritance. Continues the Gemara, okay, so we know step number 1 is Ben or Bas. We're halfway down, Kuftes and Aleph, first word of line is Ki Adadinenu, Ve'emoi She'iroi Ze'a'av, Malami Sha'av Koidem La'achei. So says the Gemara, okay, so we know the pasuk says, if there's no Acham Aviv, Hakari Ve'lav. So this word She'er is what we're trying to dash it, figuring out what is Hakari Ve'lav, what is the pecking order when it comes to the Nachla. But says the Gemara, let's say She'iroi is the father, Melamed, this teaches us Shav Koidem La'acheyav, that the father comes before the Acheyav. The father comes before his own brothers. Yachal, I would think, Yaktim La'achim. I would think that what? The father should go before the brothers of the deceased, which is the brothers. Again, we have the dead guy. We have his children that are coming first. Now we're going up a level to a parent. But ask the Gemara, why are you going up a level? So we know then you go side to brothers. Says Gemara, maybe not. Maybe the father should come before the brothers. Tamalei karev kaidem. Says the pasuk, karev kaidem. Those who are closer come first, and therefore that's the reason why it's going to go to the brothers. So ask the Gemara, so why did our original brisa not use this drasha? Says we do not need a pasuk to teach us that the father comes before his own brothers, the uncles. Why not? Because why? Let's think about this. Why do the achei av, the uncles, where do they come from? Mikayach av kai. They come from the father. They're the father's brothers. Av koyarti achei av. It says Mikayach av. Koi av, the father's alive. Koyarti achei av. Are you going to suggest that the brothers should come before him? They're coming Mikayachim, and therefore, of course, the father is going to come first. So says the Gemara. So now we had an original brisa from yesterday, and the Gemara now has proven that that order stands. That we have children, then we have brother, then we have parent. Ask the Gemara, 10 lines to the bottom. First line is Hav. V'ha karoi lavachi ksivi. Ask the pasuk, but the psukim do not say this way. The psukim seem to say that the father goes even after his brothers, the uncles. Why? It says in the pasuk, if there's no brothers to the father, then it goes to the other relative. So it sounds like it first goes to the uncles. And says Gemara, Kreishly considering Ksivi, they're not written in order. And that ends really yesterday's shiur, the basic order of Nachla. Gemara continues, and Gemara asks, 1 second. We've been busy with this word she'iroi. She'iroi, the relative. Says the Gemara, we have a different price, a different mikar. Titanya, Zudar Shmal Rav Yaisi, Ishki Yamaisu Benin Leve Goimer, Bimakim Bas, Atamaver Nachla, Minav. Pasuk says, Ishki Yamais, and he has no children. So what happens? The Nachla is passed to someone else. So what does this apply? The pasuk continues. The Nachla is passed to the daughter. B'makim bas, it sounds like atamaver Nachla minav. When there's a daughter, then it goes not to the father. However, v'atamavir Nachla minav b'makam achim. But if there are brothers, they come first. So says the Gemara, another mikar. That first goes the daughter, and then whom? And then the brothers, and then the father. Because the pasuk says that ein loy bas, then ma'avir, we pass it to the father. Clearly implying that if not, there'd be another person coming first, the brothers. Says the Gemara, maybe not. But maybe we can learn the pasuk to mean that when there's a daughter, then it passes from the brothers as we turn over to Koftes Amid Beis, but via Tamaver Nachla min Av afilu b'makayim bas. But you will not give the Nachla from the father even when there is a bas. So then the pasuk will say that it's only going to be talking about the brothers, but it won't teach us anything about the father. So the Gemara is asking within the drasha itself. Answers Gemara, the pasuk would not have said and you should pass. The fact that it says v'havartem, therefore we can't darshan the way that we want to darshan. So says the Gemara, according to this brisa, that it's from Vartem. So now we have two brises. Each brisa are really coming to the same conclusion in our order of Nachla. But the Gemara wants to know, there's two different psukim. So now in classical sense, we want to know where does each Manda Amar hold of the other. So says the Gemara, V'avartem, what does he do with She'iroi? He needs it for the following brisa. They're going to darshan this word She'iroi differently. What do they do with the word She'iroi? Says the Gemara, She'iroi zu ishtai. The word she'er, this means the wife of the deceased. Malamed, this teaches us, shaval yerish es ishtai. The word she'erai is a general brisa teaching us. How do we know that a husband inherits his wife? Because he is she'erai. He is his wife's relative. So now we have the opposite kasha. What does it do with the pasuk of avartim? Rabbi Omer, Bekula Nemra Messina. There's a different brisa. Says Rabbi that by all the psukim of Nachla use the word v'nesina, giving, and by our pasuk use the word va'avartem. What va'avarta? Passing. What's the reason? She'ein l'cha she'mavir Nachla mishevet l'shevet teaches us that a Nachla does not go from one shevet to the next, only, of course, elabas, only through the daughter. Hayalu b'no b'ayla yarshin oisa. A daughter can transfer it over. Why? Because since the daughter's son, Hayal Ubina, Ubaila, and her husband inherit her. So, of course, if it goes to a daughter, that's leaving the Shevet, and then it could continue via the daughter's son or the daughter's husband. So that's how each man Amar deals with the other word. Continues the Gemara. Let's go back to original brisa. Original brisa that we learned yesterday, we picked up with today, that She'eroi teaches us that the father inherits. How do we know that, says the Gemara? Dichsiv, Sheravichahu, says the Basik, is she your father's relative? Says the Gemara, maybe Ema Shira Zua Aim, Dichsiv, Sheri Mechahi. Amar Rav, Amar Kra, Mi Mishpachta V'yira Sheisa. Says the Basik, says Rava, Mi Mishpachta, his family and you inherit it. Mishpachas Aviv Kari Mishpacha, Mishpachas Aim, Einoi Kari Mishpacha. The mother's family is not called Mishpacha in the Torah, Dechsev, Mishpacha, some the base Avai, some that it goes to the father. Says the Gemara, really? Is this true? Mishpachas Aim, Einoi Kura Mishpacha, V'aksev, Ein Armi, Beis Lechem, Yehuda, Mechaz Yehuda. There was the Nar from the family of Yehuda, V'hu Levi, V'hu Garsham. So says the Gemara, we said the word mishpacha is used for the mother. Says the Gemara, 1 second. Hagufa kasha. How do we learn of it? Amrit V'hu Levi, Alma Milevi Asi. Mishpacha is Yehuda, Alma Yehuda Asi. So what is going on? Is it Levi or is it Yehuda? Elalav Avua Milevi V'imay Yehuda. So therefore, it must be that we're dealing with a situation that the father is from Levi. The mother is from Yehuda. V'kamar mishpachas Yehuda, and the pasuk says that it's coming from the mishpachas Yehuda. So what do we see? That clearly the word mishpacha could yes be used referring to the aim. So now we go back. How do we know that she'er refers to the father? Amar Rav bar Chanan loi. No. Gavra Dishmei Levi doesn't mean the Shevet of Levi, means a person, the name of Levi. Iachi, says the Gemara, Hainu Takamer Micha. How do we translate that which the Navi Micha says? Vati Yadati Ki Hashem Li Ki Hayoli Levi Leikayin. How do we translate the pasuk that says five Levi as a Kayin? If there was someone from Yehuda and not from Levi, so what in the world is Micha talking about? Micha is referring to this person Levi and clearly referring to that they're a Kayin. But 1 second, if you're telling me that it doesn't actually mean he's a Kayin or a Levi, but rather it means his name is Levi, so what's Micha talking about? Answers the Gemara in Disramile Gavra Tishmei Levi. It's true, says the Gemara. Micha means that he happened to make a Kayin, someone whose name was Levi. Doesn't mean he's from the Shevet of Levi. Says Gemara, wait, Shevet Levi, Shemai was his name Levi? Go look at Nach. V'lo Yohaina son Shemai, Shemavina son Ben Gershom Ben Menashe, who Banavayu Kan L'Shevet. Hadani. So his name wasn't Levi. So Amar Le responds to the Gemara, L'Taimech, Ben Menashe, V'ben Moshe, D'chsev B'nei Moshe Gershom Eliezer. So what in the world is going on over here? So we conclude, Al Mitai Shasa Maise Menashe. The Asi mi Yehuda, Hachanami, Mitayir Sha'asa Maise Menashe the Asi mi Yehuda, Tali Akasa bi Yehuda. Says the Gemara, you know what's going on over here? I skipped a line. Mitayir Sha'asa Maise Menashe, Tali Akasa Menashe. Because he did this Toma Menashe ben Chizkiah, says the Rashbam, who is Melech Yehuda, and he did a terrible act of avodah zarah, so we say he's from Menashe. So too by us, because he did a ma'aseh Menashe, dasim Yehuda, talikasav Yehuda. So really, it's not talking about the mother's lineage at all. It's not talking about from Levi. It's not talking from Yehuda at all. And therefore, we're going back. We have no makar that mishpacha refers to the aim, and therefore the word she'er could refer to the av. And we'll stop over here. I'll pick it up from over here. B'siyata dishmaya.